Hello, everybody. Come on in, everybody. Share this broadcast. Welcome to this episode of Heart Centered Agility. Come on in. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Like this video, share this video with everybody that you know. Subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell so you never miss an episode or an update of any kind. All right, and comment on this video. Say hello. Welcome to Heart Centered Agility, where we integrate heart centered leadership with business agility to empower leaders to drive peak performance within their teams and their organizations. I am Leontine Oswagwu, and today we're going to talk about a powerful but often underappreciated topic, which is the power of empathy in leadership. So, why is empathy so important in leadership? And first of all, what is empathy? Empathy is the ability to understand and share the feelings of other people. It goes beyond mere sympathy, which often involves like feelings like pity or sorrow for someone. That's not empathy. Empathy requires that you put yourself in someone else's shoes, that you deeply connect with their emotions, almost to the point where you can feel them, right? Empathy requires that you put yourself in that person's shoes so you can truly grasp what their emotions, what their thoughts, and what their experiences are. That is what empathy is. And empathy is really important because it fosters trust between a leader and their team members. Because when people realize that you can really connect with their deep emotions, when they are going through a struggle, when they have lost someone, when they're going through a major transition in their lives, when they realize that you as a leader, you are able to deeply connect with their emotion, not by showing pity or sorrow for them, but by deeply empathizing with them, understanding where they are, and sharing their concerns as they were your own. That is powerful. That builds trust between the leader and their team member. So empathy helps us as leaders also connect with them on a very personal level. And that type of connection boosts engagement and motivates them and inspires them to even become more productive, be more committed to the organization and to us as leaders. Because there's a popular saying that says that people don't leave organizations or institutions or businesses, people leave leaders, right? But when we show genuine empathy towards our team members, they trust us and they will be more reluctant to leave us. They will be more connected, more committed to staying with the organization and with the teams that we lead. All right. But becoming more empathetic is a skill. It's a skill, but it can be developed. We're not born with that skill. Some of us have a propensity towards empathy more than others, but nobody is really has really mastered it. We have to work at it. We have to be intentional at cultivating empathy within our lives, right? And we have to develop it with practice and intentionality. And that involves improving our ability to understand other people's perspectives, increasing our ability to show genuine concern for their feelings and respond in ways that make them feel heard and supportive, not dismissive. All right. So I'm going to share a couple of things that we can do as leaders to help us become more empathetic with our team members so we can build stronger connections and build successful organizations. All right. So the first thing we can do is we can practice active listening. We can focus on the people when they're speaking. We focus on the speaker. So when someone is talking, let's give them our full attention. Let's avoid interruptions. So many times even when you're on business calls, people just butt in and just step in and just kind of interrupt you. while you're expressing a thought. That's not good, right? That's not empathy. You have to let people finish their thoughts. Let people communicate their perspective before you jump in, right? We have to, if we don't understand something, we have to actively uh, paraphrase. We have to ask questions. We have to probe in order to make sure that we understand. So when we practice active listening this way, people feel like we really care. We don't want just we don't want them to just talk and move on. We really care about what they're actually saying. All right. We can also ask open-ended questions. That opens up the conversation even more. Not yes or no questions, open-ended questions, digging deeper into the person, into whatever the person is communicating. Right. And instead of assuming that we know what someone feels, let's ask the questions. Let's ask the questions. For example, can you tell me more about what's going on, or how did that experience make you feel? Open-ended, right? Open-ended. That gives them the space to elaborate. And people, when people are going through something, they want to elaborate. Sometimes they just need somebody who really cares in order for them to open up. So that allows them to explain what their situation is fully, and allows us as leaders to fully understand. The third thing we can do is we can put ourselves in their shoes. We can try to imagine ourselves going through what the person is going through. How do we feel? How would we feel if we were going through that ourselves? Right? What challenges or pressures are they facing? And how would we feel if we were going through the same struggles? And that helps us gain a deeper sense of how they are feeling, and helps us respond to their behavior and to some of the things that they may be doing. The fourth thing we can do, we can make an effort to be non-judgmental. We can avoid rushing to conclusions when people have certain things going on in their lives and judging them, right? Judging what they're going through. Empathy requires that we keep an open mind. When people are going through some experiences, and let's try to view their perspective, to understand their perspective, and acknowledge that everybody's feelings are valid to them. They're valid to them. Let's not dismiss those feelings or those emotions. The fifth thing we can do, we can develop emotional awareness. Let's reflect on our own emotions and our own experiences. Because when we become more emotionally self-aware, we can better understand when people have similar emotional experiences that we've had, because we are aware. The sixth thing that we can do, we can cultivate curiosity. We can become more curious about people's interests, people's backgrounds, people's cultures, people's experiences. So we can show empathy in the right way when they're going through some things, right? When people are from certain cultures, when they're going through specific things, we can actually fully understand, because we have been curious and we have sought to understand these specific cultures and these specific backgrounds, so we know how to respond. And when we show curiosity, it helps us break the and these stereotypes, and helps us make better connections. And we always have to validate people's emotions. Let's not be dismissive about their emotions. Let's always pay attention to people's body language and their tone. What is not said is almost as important, or sometimes even more important, than what is said. And we have to pay attention to the verbal cues, the facial expressions, the emotional, the size, and all of that. And we have to offer support. Offer support all the time. Offer support. Always extending a hand. I am here for you if you need me. How can I support you? What can I do to make this to lighten this load a little bit, always be supportive. That is how we can begin to develop empathy. It has to be intentional. It's not going to happen by accident, because we work with people. And in the previous episode, we talked about how people are the backbone of every organization, every business, every type of initiative or team. People are the backbone. So we have to develop a culture, a people-centric culture. That was last episode. And the one way to do that is to cultivate empathy, develop empathy. That is critical. So as we close, empathy is a tremendous tool, right, in a leader's toolkit. And by embracing empathy and cultivating it, we not only enhance our effectiveness as leaders, but we also create a thriving and engaged and resilient team, because they feel that we can really deeply connect with them, deeply connect with their emotions, and that we care. It's important for people to know that we care. We're not just using them to be productive, using them to meet our deadlines, our timelines, and our objectives, but we really, truly care about who they are as a person. And that's going to take our leadership to the next level, take our teams and take our organizations to the next level. So as we end, as usual, I want to hear your thoughts. What do you think about empathy? How have you developed empathy in your leadership and in your team dynamics? Share your thoughts in the comments. I'd love to hear from you. Until next time, remember, lead with heart, and always remember to stay agile. Have an amazing day. Bye.